In this recording, I'm going to go over the end of chapter problems for chapters 4, 5, and 6. So here's chapter 4. First one, Payday Loan Company charges 5% interest for a 2-week period. What would be the annual interest rate for the company? Well, if they charge 5% every 2 weeks, then that's 5 times 26, because there's 26 2-week periods in the year. The 130% is the APR. It's the quoted rate. Okay, number 4. For each of these situations, determine the savings amount. Use time-valued money tables. I'm going to show you both the calculator solution and the table solution. What would be the value of a savings account started with $700, earning 4% compounded annually after 10 years? In your calculator, N is 10 years, IY is 4, present value is a minus 700. You're investing it. It's an outflow. Payment is 0. You're not adding anything to it. Solve for future value, 1,036.17. If you use the table, it's table 1A, at the 4% across the top, 10 years down the left, the factor is 1.480. Multiply that times 700, 1036. Brenda Young desires to have $15,000 8 years from now for her daughter's college fund. If she'll earn 6% compounded annually on her money, what amount should she deposit now? In your calculator, N is 8 years, IY is 6, payment is 0, future value is the $15,000 that she wants. Solve for present value, 9411.19. Using the table, it's table 1C, present value 6% for 8 years, not adding anything to it. The factor is 0.627. She would need to deposit 9405 from the table. In part C, what amount would you have if you deposited $1,800 a year for 30 years at 8%? N is 30, IY is 8, present value is 0. It doesn't say that you have any money right now. The deposit is an outflow, $1,800, 203,909.78. Using table 1B, future value of an annuity, 8%, 30 years. The factor is 113.28. You come up with 203,904. As you can see, the table numbers are close, but not quite as accurate. With a 28% marginal tax rate, would a tax-free yield of 7% or a taxable yield of 9.5% give you a better return? 7% tax-free yield is better, as 9.5% after tax comes to 6.84. 9.5 times 1 minus 0.28. And the last one in Chapter 4. Janie has a joint account with her mother with a balance of $562,000. Based on the $250,000 of federal deposit insurance coverage, what amount of Janie's savings would not be covered? Half of the $562 minus $250,000, so $31,000 would not be insured. Louise McIntyre's monthly gross income is $2,000. Her employer withholds $400 in federal, state, and local income taxes and $160 in Social Security taxes per month. Louise contributes $80 to her IRA. Her monthly credit payments for Visa and MasterCard are $35 and $30 respectively. Her monthly payment on an automobile loan is $285. What's her debt-to-payment income ratio? Is she living within her means? Here's how it lays out. Her monthly gross income, all taxes subtracted, Social Security, IRA. Her net take-home pay is $1,360. Her monthly debt payments are $350. That includes the Visa, the MasterCard, and the auto loan. So her debt to payment is $350 divided by $1,360, 25.74%. Suggested maximum 20%, so she is too high. She needs to get her debt payment down. And number 3, Robert Sampson owns a $140,000 townhouse and still has an unpaid mortgage of $110,000. In addition to his mortgage, he has the following liabilities: Visa, MasterCard, Discover, an education loan, a personal bank loan, and an auto loan. His net worth, not including his home, is about $21,000. His equities in mutual funds, an automobile, a coin collection, furniture, and other personal property. What's his debt-to-equity ratio? Has he reached the upper limit on his debt obligations? His total debt, not including his mortgage, is $74,10. His net worth, not including his home, was given, $21,000. Therefore, his debt-to-equity ratio is $74,10 divided by $21,000, or 35. It's less than 1, so he hasn't reached the upper limit on his debt obligations. After visiting several automobile dealerships, Richard selects the car he wants. he likes its $10,000 price, but financing through the dealer is no bargain. He has $2,000 cash for a down payment, so he needs an $8,000 loan. In shopping at several banks for an installment loan, he learns that interest on most automobile loans is quoted at add-on rates. That is, during the life of the loan, interest is paid on the full amount borrowed, even though a portion of the principal has been paid back. Richard borrows $8,000 for a period of 4 years at an add-on rate of 11%. What's the total interest on his loan? And here's our solution. The car price is $10,000. Cash down, $2,000. Loan period in years, 4. Amount of a loan, $8,000. Add-on loan rate, 11%. Length of the loan in months, 48. The total interest paid is P times R times T. The amount of a loan, P, is $8,000. The rate is 11%, and T is 4 years. Total interest, $3,520. The total cost of the car is interest plus the price, $10,000 plus $3,520, or $13,520. His monthly payment is going to be $240. To find the APR on this, there's your formula. The numerator is 2 times N, the number of periods in a year, which is 12, times the interest dollars, $3,520. The denominator is the original loan amount, P, $8,000, times N plus 1, 49. Result, APR of $2,155. And Chapter 6 problems. A service contract for a video projection system costs $70 a year. You expect to use the system for 5 years, but instead of buying the service contract, what would be the future value of these amounts after 5 years if you earn 3% on your savings? Well, if you do it in your calculator, N is 5, IY is 3, 0 present value, a negative 70, result 371.64. If you go to the table, it's the future value of an annuity for 3% at 5 years, 5.309, multiply that times 70, 371.63. What would be the net present value of a microwave oven that cost $159 and will save you $68 a year in time and food away from home? Assume an average return on your savings of 4% for 5 years. Calculator, N is 5, IY is 4. The payment is $68. That's your savings. Future value 0. Solve for the present value. It's going to save you $302.72, and it's going to cost you $159. So you subtract that. So the net present value is $143.72. To find that present value in the tables, Table 1D, present value of an annuity for 4% at 5 years, 4.452 times the 68. And number 7, if a person saves $62 a month by using coupons and doing comparison shopping, what's the amount for a year? Well, 62 times 12. What would be the future value of this annual amount over 10 years, assuming an interest rate of 4%? N is 10, IY is 4, 0 present value. You're saving $744, so that's a negative every year. End result, $89.32.54. Going to the table, future value of an annuity, Table 1B, 4%, 10 years. The factor is 12.006, $89.32.46. Based on the following data, prepare a financial comparison of buying and leasing a motor vehicle with a $24,000 cash price. If you're going to finance the vehicle, down payment is $4,000. Monthly loan is going to be $560 for 48 months. The value at the end will be $7,200. On the lease, you have to make a down payment of only $1,200. The monthly lease payment's only going to be $440, again 48 months. End of lease charge is $600. Here is how it works out. Buying, cost to buy it, down payment, the total of the loan payments, monthly loan times 48, minus the value at the end. Leasing, the cost to lease. So the cost to lease is slightly less.